Welcome everyone. I'm Francis, Communications Lead at IQVerse. I'm joined by Zoe today from the GameFi project ChainMyth. Before we start, I think congratulations in order to ChainMyth, who are coming in hot from their top 3 finish in the IQVerse Battle Royale. So well done, Zoe. Your community have really pulled out the bag, and congratulations to them. There's prizes still available on the Community Battle Royale Viral Sweep. So if you are interested, head over to the IQVerse Twitter page to find out more. So Zoe, thanks for joining me today. I guess we can jump straight into you and your project. So could you tell us a bit about yourself and what you're building?
Hey Francis, thanks man. Thanks for the intro. And that was a great competition organized by Pasik as well. So I'll just give a small intro about ChainMyth, who we are, and what's this, how this whole project started. First thing is ChainMyth is a 5 versus 5 FPS game built on Unity engine. So we are mixing 2 different game genres, which is FPS and mobile mechanics. So it will be pretty much similar to CS:GO plus Overwatch. So if you look at CS:GO, it's a first-person shooter, and if you look at Overwatch, the game is fully focused on spells. So in our game, it's a mixture of both. Each characters will have 4 abilities, and based on that, they'll have different strats and stuff. What we are doing here in our project is we are tokenizing all the in-game characters, all the in-game assets such as weapons, skins, taunts, battle pass. All this will be tokenized. So when we tokenize all this stuff, it gives more freedom to the end users, and like if they want to trade it, if they want to sell it, or if they want to rent it out, they have all these options when we tokenize all these assets. And our game, it's under development for last 7.5 months. We kickstarted on last year mid of June. That's when our whole project started. We had our NFT sales on end of December last year, and we had two sales. One is the characters, another one is the golden tickets. The purpose of golden tickets is we will be airdropping all the in-game assets like the custom skins, weapons will be airdropped to them, and the character NFTs represents the characters of each players. So we have done 2 sales successfully, and we have our alpha being rolled out on coming month. So these are things about our team. We are a team of 12 members right now, and all the team members are based on India and Singapore. And these guys were graduated from this university called as ICAT Game Development based on India, and they have more than 5 years experience developing FPS games. And we are very much excited to roll out our first debut game on Solana, and our alpha, you guys can look out for it on coming June. So it's like 1 month away.
Very cool. Yeah. Could you tell us a little bit more about the premise of ChainMyth and the gameplay that's involved?
Okay, regarding the gameplay, how it's being played is the objective is pretty straightforward. You will have 2 teams, attackers and defenders. So the objective of the attacker is they have to go and plant a bomb on, there'll be 3 sites on the map. They have to just go and plant the bomb on either of the sites, and the defenders have to go and defuse it. So during this time, there'll be 5 versus 5 battles, and there'll be total of 10 rounds. So whoever wins the most number of rounds will win the game. Each characters will have 4 different abilities. They can stun, they can freeze an opponent, and all the spells are around fire, wind, and water. So these are the spells which we'll be introducing. And in terms of gameplay and game mechanics, it will be like 99% similar to Valorant. I'm not sure how many of you guys have played Valorant, but the gameplay will be very much similar to it. The only difference you'll be seeing is different spells, different characters, different environment. And our play to earn model, how it's going to work is it's based on players' performance. The better you perform, the more you will earn. So how it will work is if you want to enter the play to earn arena, you need to own a battle pass. So it will be a monthly subscription. It's going to cost you around $5 to $7 per month. And once you have that battle pass, you can enter this play to earn arena. And then how you will earn is it's based on your performance. So every time you get a kill, you get 5 points. Every time you die, you lose -3. Every time you get an assist, you get 5 points as well. And whether you're playing support or whether you're playing carry, based on the total damages you have dealt or the total healings you have done to your teammates, you will get the bonus points. So let's say you're on the winning team and we are allocating like 100 tokens for the winning team. The person with the highest points will get the more number of rewards out of it. That's how it will work. So this will motivate players on being more competitive, being more uh, playing to win. And second thing is to feed less. And third thing is to help your teammates. If you're playing support, the more you heal, the more points you're going to earn. So these are the factors which we are focusing on. So all this will be initially tested on testnet. We'll just create a dummy token and we will just stress test and see whether things make sense or whether we need to improve. All this will be done during our alpha testing, get feedback from the community. And if there's anything we want to improve or if you want to fine tune, we will do it during the alpha testing phase. Once everything makes sense, we will go ahead with the beta launch. So this is the overview of our gameplay and play to earn model.
Sounds great. Sounds great. Is there anything that you can tell us about the model that makes you unique in the space?
Okay, one thing I noticed in Plate One gaming space is the sustainability, because a lot of people are questioning if you're going to reward players, how sustainable it is going to be. A lot of pay-to-win games which I come across, everything is two token models. One token represents the governance token, and second token represents the rewarding token. And usually, the rewarding token is infinite supply. So you keep on rewarding and rewarding, and after a certain point, when players are being maxed out, and when your supply starts inflating, the token value starts depreciating. And when people, after a specific period of time, when people see that their rewards are no longer um, is no longer appreciating, they just quit the game. They look for the next P2E game and they just shift to another P2E game to get more rewards out of it. So in our case, we do not want to go with this two token model approach. We just want to go with one single token with a fixed supply, and that fixed supply will be distributed over a period of 2 years. Once that has been distributed, once we have a very solid player base, once we have like 50 to 100k concurrent players, and once we can sustain the our first token, and then we can think about introducing the second token. We can have a combo with the first token, second token, and then out of that you will have more buying pressure, because the most challenging part in play to earn games is sustaining the rewarding tokens value. That's the most challenging part I've seen, because the moment it loses value, people loses interest in the game. That's what I see. People are looking at games purely from an earning point of view. So in our case, we want our game to be successful. People should enjoy it more than the rewards. They should have fun, and then rewards comes the secondary. So once we have a very solid FPS game on Solana, once we have a very solid FPS players, people start appreciating our game developments and stuff. And once we can sustain for 2 years, that's when we will think about rolling out the second token and introducing a new token. So that's when people will spend your reward token for things like upgrading the characters, buying battle pass, burning it for owning in-game items and stuff. If you initially roll out with a two token model, people are just their main focus is to just sell it for stables. They just look at it purely as a passive income. So at that point of time, if you introduce things like you can burn your tokens to own in-game items, there are very less number of people showing interest to it. So we want to tackle that first. We want to make sure that we have a very solid player base, and then we can think about introducing the second token. That's so in this way, I feel that we can come up with a more sustainable model, and we can see, and based on the demand, we can take a better decision.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. So I guess your two pillars of standing out are both like good gameplay and sustainable reward system.
Yeah, mate.
I think that makes a lot of sense. So obviously for us at IQ Protocol, happy to be partners with ChainMyth and support this journey. How are you using IQ Protocol in your game mechanics?
Okay, first thing, I'm very much happy to learn about IQ Protocol and what you guys are offering to the entire gaming community. It's a pretty cool idea, like renting as a service. So if you look at this space, there are a lot of games. There are a lot of games under development on across different chains. and you guys are being like the Steam of renting. So in our case, what we are going to do is all our in-game assets, such as characters, such as custom skins, custom weapons, taunts, whatever we are tokenizing, all this can be rented out. So initially, before we explore about IQ protocol, how our whole thing was about is we wanted the borrower to place some kind of collateral before he can borrow those assets from the lender. So we had a lot of opinions from the committee. They're saying that what happens if the borrower doesn't return back our assets, or what happens if the asset which we lend is higher in value and the collateral they place is lower in value. How are you guys going to manage all these things? So this was some of the challenges we had, and that's when it was just nice. We met IQ protocol team, and they said that it's a collateralless based renting feature. And this, when we discovered what you guys were doing, it pretty much solved our problem. So it is a risk free for both the lender and borrower. Borrower don't have to place any kind of collaterals, and lender don't have to worry about his assets because his underlying asset will be locked, and what the borrower will be getting is just a wrapped version of it. So how we are going to use IQ protocol is, if we are going to use it for both our NFTs and for our token as well. So whoever wants to borrow our NFTs, they can use IQ protocol. Just go and get the wrap version. You will have an expiry date. It depends on the lenders, how many days you want to borrow it. It's up to the lender. Once you have used it, the lender is going to earn interest on his end, and the borrower has nothing to lose as well. Second thing is, some gamers, they do not want to own our game token like Myth. Our game's native token is called Myth. So if they do not want to have exposure to a volatile asset, they can just go and get a wrap version instead. They can just get a wrap version, X amount of tokens for X amount of days, and they can just use it for whatever purpose they want. So these are the two things we will be using IQ protocol for.
Perfect. So basically, both the IQ protocol use cases are being like under the same roof with ChainMyth. You've got the NFT solution and the fungible token solution both being utilized under the hood, which is really cool to hear. So I guess you've described everything that you've done to this point. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about the next 6 months, maybe to a year of the ChainMyth journey and what you have lined up.
Okay, next 6 months to a year, it's going to be a very fun road ahead, because we have been developing this game for last 7.5 months. It has been a long journey so far, and especially in crypto space, time is very crucial. Even a single month is equivalent to a year in crypto space because of the crowd. People do not have the patience to wait. They want results. They want everything to be immediate. But when it comes to game development, no matter how fast you do things, it will definitely take time. It will take minimum a year to two, and we are very much happy that we are like 70 to 75% done, and we are like almost in the final stage of getting things ready for our alpha. So on coming June, end of June, we have not confirmed the date yet. So on coming June, what we are going to do is we are going to have a pre-alpha testing with 10 community members. We have some great FPS players on our community. They have like more than 5 years experience playing different kind of FPS. So we'll be inviting them on for our pre-alpha, get their feedbacks, whatever things we need to fine tune, whatever things we need to improve or change. We will get their feedbacks and opinions, and we will rework on. We will improve on our end. Once everything has been perfect enough, then we will be inviting more community members, more general public. We will be inviting like 50 to 100 members for the alpha testing. This will go on for 2 months, at least for a couple of months. And in these 2 months, we'll be stress testing all the characters, movements, spells, the gun game, the gun mechanics, all these things will be stress tested. And second thing is we will be having just a dummy token, which will be on the test net of Solana. So we will be using that to stress test our play to earn model as well, and see whether it makes sense, whether people are being rewarded in a fair way based on their performance. And most important thing is to make sure our anti-cheat mechanics works perfectly because we are in a play to earn space. Cheating is going to be increasing day by day. People will find the easiest way to exploit or to earn tokens in the easiest way possible. So especially for FPS, there are a lot of cheatings being available. So we want to stress test all those anti-cheat mechanics. So this will go on for at least 2 to 3 months. Once this has been completed, that's when we will go ahead with our IDO, with our main token sales, our beta. All this will become on the Q4 of this year. So initially, we just want to go ahead with alpha testing, and we have not yet finalized, we have not yet given a date yet, because the moment we give a date to the community and if we fail to accomplish it, it's going to be a chaos in the community. People are going to lose their mind. So that's the main reason we have not promised a date yet so far. We are just giving an estimated timeline, like approximately like which month we can expect what. We are just following a more agile kind of framework. We just, as we progress, we just give updates to the community like what's coming next. So for now, people can expect the alpha testing, and then the IDOs, token sales and stuff, we will announce it on the later part.
Perfect. Sounds really exciting right ahead. I guess the final question is less about ChainMyth and more about just you working in the industry and your perception of the crypto space at the moment. I guess like it would be great to hear what you think are the emerging trends and opportunities over the coming 12 months or so.
Okay, about the emerging trends and opportunities, like a year back, nobody would have expected NFT will be such a very liquid asset in this space. I mean, nobody would have imagined that that an image of a monkey is going to cost 6 figures. Nobody would have imagined that. Things happened. Eventually, people saw that NFT is having a huge demand. Until now, one common thing which I'm noticing from people outside blockchain space, people who have no idea about NFTs, they assume that NFTs is all about an image. It's completely a speculative asset where it's getting value out of pure speculation, and it's just a gambling space. People are just assuming that NFT is all about images. They do not understand the underlying technology of non-fungible tokens and how powerful it can be. So right now, 90% or in NFT space, 90% of the projects, it's all about branding, it's all about PFPs. You have X amount of supply and you have a very close group, and there's a culture being formed around it. So in the coming months and coming years, I'm pretty much confident that we are going to see a lot of innovations happening around NFTs, because literally you can tokenize any real world assets, or any virtual assets can be tokenized. And one of the mass potential which NFTs has is gaming. We have not seen the like full potential of gaming NFTs being utilized so far yet. We will be seeing that on the coming months, because there are a lot of top games being developed on Solana, like to name few of them, like Neon Heroes, Aurori. These are all top games on Solana space. So when this guy takes the lead, when this guy start bringing in more mainstream crowd, we are going to see people outside of crypto space, people who have no idea about NFTs. They are just going to come and just to play these games. That's when they are going to explore about all these NFTs potential, how they can own their assets, how they get the more freedom to rent it out, to trade it, to sell it. Even if they want to delegate it to someone else, they can do it as well. All this they will be learning as we go by. These are things that it's not going to happen overnight. It is going to definitely take time. It will definitely take a year or two for the mainstream crowd to understand the underlying potential of NFTs. So in the coming months, we are going to see a lot of innovations happening around NFTs. We are going to see a lot of products, not only gaming. There's going to be different products around NFTs. All this we'll be seeing on the Web3 world pretty soon. And I'm pretty much excited what's going to come, especially right now the market is pretty bearish as well. So it's a builder's market. So whoever's building is going to get the attention, and people will start researching, start understanding about all this underlying stuff, start doing their own research. Instead of just going with the hype, people will start educating more about um, all these new technologies, and start appreciating people who are innovating on this space. Because like a year back, DeFi wasn't a thing. Ethereum, there was very less number of DeFi dApps, and then we saw a huge growth in DeFi. We saw like from millions, we saw billions of total value locked. So that's the same kind of effect we are going to see on NFT as well. That's I'm pretty much excited for the coming months.
So NFT 2.0 with GameFi as a mass adoption vehicle. I think it sounds like yeah, an exciting year.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I mean, I'm very much confident about it.
Cool.
Yes.
All right, great. Well, as I said, obviously we're partnered with you on this journey, which we feel really fortunate to be involved in the building of such an amazing game. And credit to you and your team for what you've done so far. You've built a really engaged community as well, which I think is difficult to do when your game actually isn't out yet. So obviously there's a huge amount of hype and expectation for your project, and obviously deservedly so from some of the information and footage that you've put out. So I think it looks really exciting. So for people watching this who maybe aren't members of the ChainMyth community, where would you send them to learn more?
You mean about ChainMyth?
Yeah, like where's a good place to get involved with your community? Like Telegram, Discord, Twitter?
All right. If people just go to chainmate.io, that's our website. So there are links to our Discord. Discord is where majority of the people are. We have a Telegram as well, but it's not active. It's just on a lock mode. We have not yet built a Telegram group as of now. So if people want to learn about our project, if people have any queries or anything they want to suggest to the team and stuff, they can just head over to our Discord. They can just tag either of the team members, and we'll be glad to answer people who's joining us.
Perfect. Yeah. So head over to the ChainMyth Discord for more. Thanks. So it's been really, really interesting hearing you talk about your project. Obviously super exciting, and there's a lot for gamers and retail investors to get excited about. So yeah, thanks a lot for spending a couple of minutes talking to us.
Yeah, thanks for your time, mate. And also thanks for organizing this Zoom session. I'm very much happy to speak with you about ChainMyth, and I'm also very much excited about what IK Protocol team is building. It's one of the most cool idea and effective utility you guys are pushing to the entire gaming space. So I'm very much excited to try out IK Protocol service pretty soon. Yep.
Great stuff, man. Thanks a lot. It's great to work with you as well. So thanks, everyone. Take care.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Bye-bye.